Good morning, world. We are on a very exciting adventure today. It has been almost a whole year since we arrived in the Philippines and became stranded in Siargao. If you've been following our adventure, we were off on a Southeast Asia tour, and when the pandemic took over the world, we decided to make a life here in the Philippines. But there's somebody missing from our family, somebody that's been there since the very beginning of this YouTube channel, and that is our dog Eden. So for around 10 months, we've been trying to work out the very complicated procedure of how to bring our dog Eden to the Philippines, and we finally worked it out, and she's here in the country. We have arrived in Siargao and we are waiting here for our dog. The weather is cool, the skies are grey, and it actually looks quite moody over here. We are staying in a place that we've already stayed before. It's familiar to us, and we're just waiting and waiting for a domestic permit to be processed so we can go and receive Eden at Butuan Airport in a few days' time. So for those of you who do not know who Eden is our 16-year-old English Cocker Spaniel. She travelled to Thailand with us way back in 2012. She was there when our daughter was born, and now we want her with us here in the Philippines because this is where we're going to be living. How are you feeling about Eden's arrival in the Philippines?
Anxious.
Yes.
I wish that she was here and we were going to get her now. We actually came a day early because we had to sort out our visa extension as well. So we've done that this morning. But now we are in a waiting process to go and get Eden.
So as I've mentioned, Eden is already in Manila. We've always known that there was going to be a 3 to 5 day processing time for a domestic permit for her to come to the island closest to us. We've been hoping for 3 days this whole time, which is why we're here like on the 3rd day, just in case we get a call saying Eden's ready and you can go and collect her. For now, we're just going to relax, take it easy and try and extinguish some of this anxiety. Story, are you looking forward to seeing Eden? Yeah? It's a new day. Honestly, it's been an extremely difficult 24 hours. I'm sitting here by the beach, Story's having a swim with Mummy. I'm trying to distract myself from what's been going on with Eden. It has not been a smooth ride. Unfortunately, we did have to wait the full 5 days for the permit, but it was completely out of the hands of the logistics company. It's just a government thing. Just last night, we were told that we may not be given the domestic permit for Eden to travel the last 2 hours flight to us here in Mindanao. And the idea that Eden could possibly be kept there or confined there because of a technicality has completely crushed us. Last night was insanely emotionally taxing, but when we woke up this morning we had good news. We managed to find a workaround for the paperwork, and we managed to get a sign off for everything we need, and we officially have all the paperwork to pick up Eden now tomorrow morning. I'm still excited to go to Butuan and see the landscape and to see a different part of the Philippines, but right now my brain is just completely fused on the idea that we need to see this through to the end. We need to get Eden in our arms, no matter what. Tomorrow morning we are meeting exactly the same driver that drove my mum from Siargao City to Cagayan de Oro when she decided to leave us here in the Philippines and go back to her home in London. We have someone that we know who is recommended to us, and that makes me feel a lot more comfortable about the journey ahead. It'll be the first time meeting him tomorrow morning. I'm going to sign off for today. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow to go and get Eden. Story, are you excited to see Eden? Yeah? Should we go and get her?
You think she might still know us?
I hope she still knows us. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
It has.
Let's go jump in the van. Here's the van. Let's go, go, go.
Morning.
Good morning. He's going to take us in this lovely van all the way to Butuan to go and get Eden. Yes, this is a very fitting song.
So are you okay now?
Yeah, we're good, good.
There's a tourist spot also, yeah, we can pass.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, Story. What a nice name.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, they have this protocol.
Yeah.
Only 9 person.
And the thing is, like, people still really want to come here. I hope that doesn't happen, I really do.
Watching a feel.
We're officially on our way to go and get Eden. We are travelling in luxury at the moment. This is Jun Jun's big old van. Story is watching Freebirds on the TV. It's been a very smooth ride so far. Actually, Story's been feeling a little bit car sick, but nothing serious, just a couple of like woozy moments. It's nice to not be the driver actually, to be able to look out of the window and see what's going on properly. I'm just checking out all of the scenery, seeing everything change as we go from Siargao city over to Butuan. Eden is not actually in the air at the moment, but we received some pictures and videos this morning. She's all checked into her flight and everything's good to go.
Yes, that plane.
I think that's
plane.
it.
Eden's plane in the sky, yeah.
Yeah,
Philippine Airlines, she's coming down now. Wow.
About to land.
Yeah, she is about to land.
Yeah, she's about to land now.
Yeah, we can actually see the plane coming down, Story. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Think Eden's okay? You think she's alright?
Yeah.
This is the Agusan River, Story.
Yeah, where? There's a crocodile here.
Yeah, you got crocodiles in this river.
Yeah.
It's a big river, isn't it? Wow.
So, Laurie, do you think my favourite animals,
Yeah.
otters, might be in there too?
You think there's going to be otters in the river?
Yeah. Remember we were in the aquarium? There was otters there.
Yeah.
And I have my otter cup coming in those too.
Yeah, you've got an otter cup. Oh, so many things to do and see.
Yeah, there's going to be so much things to... I think we need to stand back for the crocodiles to come out.
Yeah, if some crocodiles came out, we'd have to stand back. This is it. We're at Butuan Airport. We're going to go and find Eden, aren't we, Story? Can you see the aeroplane? We just saw Eden's box coming out from the aeroplane. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to film over the gate, so I didn't get it. But we know she's just behind here now, feeling nervous. Just this piece of corrugated iron is separating us from Eden now. We're finding out if she's okay or not. We're at the Philippines Air Cargo office at the moment. It took about 3.5 hours to get here with stops because Story wasn't feeling very good with the road sickness. And it is very strange to see an aeroplane with passengers getting on and off. We said to each other a few times today, this is the first time we've seen an aeroplane in a year. How strange. You can hear a barking dog in there, but that's definitely not Eden's bark. That's it, the aeroplane that brought Eden is now leaving, full of passengers to go somewhere else in the world. And now we wait for what's behind this door. The door's open. Somebody else getting their cat. Another small doggy here. Did you see Eden? Can you see her? Eden! Eden! You made it! You made it! She made it! She's alive. We saw her. We haven't touched her yet.
We have her. Story's helping to carry the box. I had to just sign a paper to release her just now, and my hand was shaking. I could barely hold the pen. But we have her. Back to the car. Hi, Eden.
You're still as soft as ever. You're tired. Tired.
You're in the Philippines.
She's still just as soft as ever. She made it. She made it, Story.
Story's putting on Eden's new collar that she picked for her. Good girl.
Let's give her a walk.
She's having a good old sniff of the grass. We're just giving Eden some treats, aren't we, Story? Is she liking her dentist sticks? Yeah. She's had a nice bowl of mineral water as well. Well, she's certainly enjoying those dentist sticks, Story. That's it, Eden. You gobble them up.
Story, are you happy to have Eden back? Yeah?
After all that, I love her.
What a crazy journey she's
my
had.
own dog.
Yeah, she's yours, isn't she?
She's my own one. But I have two dogs.
Who's the other dog?
Wolfie dog and Pom Pom Bones.
They're your cuddly dogs. This is your real dog, isn't it?
Yeah, this is my real dog because now I have three dogs.
Eden, you made it. What a strong girl. Hey, you made it. Look at you. Look at you. Yay. Eden. Eden has had some treats. She's had a couple of dentist sticks, the mini size ones, and they seem to have perked her up a little bit. She was quite subdued when we first got in the car, as any mum would be after her massive journey. She's had some Evian mineral water. She seems a bit perkier now, which is really making me happy. Aren't you, hey? Are you happy now? Are you happy now you've had your treats? I've just been constantly stroking her and touching her, and she's been nudging me, which is what she used to do. Hey? You've been nudging me. We've all been incredibly emotional the last couple of days trying to get Eden to us, and it's been very difficult and challenging, and just having her here now at my feet, stroking her fur, it's something that I didn't see happening, and now that it has, I feel incredibly grateful. And when we were waiting to get her from the cargo, my heart was pounding, I felt sick, I felt anxious, my hands were shaking, and here she is, she's with us now. It's been 1 year, Eden. Can't believe it, hey? 1 year. Her coat looks shiny, she's super soft, as always. And this is where she is. You made it to the Philippines, Eden. What a trooper you are, hey? Yes, you are. A strong girl. We are optimistic that the warm weather of the Philippines and the tropical environment will be really good for Eden and her muscles. Her back legs aren't very strong at the moment. Some hydrotherapy in the water, maybe we can take her in with us, and that will help to strengthen her or ease her arthritis in her back legs. We have researched immensely a special diet for Eden because she has some kidney problems, and we've been advised by a vet on what kind of foods that she needs to eat. So I will be home cooking all of Eden's food from now on, in the hope that we can get a few amazing, lovely months out of Eden, if not longer. I hope as long as we can. We're going to do everything we can to just give her the best life right now.
I just want to give a special mention to Kuya Jun, who really took care of us on our trip to Butuan. He's such a good driver, and he really did make us feel comfortable coming over to this new part of the Philippines. Taking the stress out of the journey, out of the driving, so all we had to do is concentrate on bringing Eden back home. We have actually been inspired to come back to this part of the country as well. Now that we've had the confidence being driven all the way to Butuan and back, seeing that the Caraga regions are actually open for free passage, it would be lovely to come back here when Eden's feeling stronger, in our own car, do some driving around this beautiful landscape. It's so close to home, and yet it's so different from where we are. Kuya Jun actually does tours all around this area, so he's given us some great tips, and you can book him to drive yourself too. I highly recommend him, and I'm happy to call him a friend as well. We made it home. Let's put that inside the basket, I think.
You have a new bed, Eden. It has some corners on there too. So
It's been so cute seeing Story and Eden getting reacquainted with each other.
it's not all the way across. It's just on the first line. Yeah. She wobbles.
Sitting down talking and telling her stories about the things that we've missed over the last year. And I've enjoyed doing my Eden voice again. It's been a long time, and I used to really enjoy doing that.
There you go.
Let's show this puppy the sunset. Yeah? Come on, you. Let's go and watch the sunset. Eden has been there since the beginning. She was the original daughter before Story was born. She was life, so I'm so glad that we've got us all reunited now together in the Philippines, our new home. And we feel like it's time to make up for that lost year with Eden.
Sunset, Eden, your first sunset in the Philippines. What do you think?
And so this is the moment we've been waiting for. Eden's first steps onto the sand with Story. Our beach back at home. So without a doubt, we're feeling extreme joy to have Eden back here on the beach with us. What has been a dream for so long has now become a reality, and yet it still feels like a dream.
I know, it doesn't feel real, to be honest. It's something that we've spoken about for the best part of a year, and we took the first and last opportunity that we had to get her here. So as many of you know, we've lost an entire senior year with Eden.
She is a working type Cocker Spaniel. They usually have a lifespan between 15 to 19 years. So we knew that at some point we would not have her anymore. And with all the things that are going on in the world right now, being stuck in this beautiful part of the world, it made sense for us to get her here so she could live out her retirement with her family.
Now she's here, she's getting stronger every day, although her first steps on the sand were a little bit perilous for her, I think, because the sand is so slopey, but she's doing really well on the grass area, isn't she?
Definitely.
I do feel strongly that the tropical weather here on Siargao Island will really help Eden in her old age and with her muscles and bones, and just get her moving a lot more.
We definitely know she's got some ailments that we need to work through, and we are dedicating so much time to make sure she's the healthiest version of Eden possible. One thing that has been really surprising is how well Eden has got on with the dogs here.
They all have not had any problem with her arriving, and even Maida has been the most playful with her.
Definitely.
But they just, yeah, they're all just being really kind to her, letting her get on with her thing, and
yeah.
There's been no growls or barks even, nothing. They're all just kind of instant friends.
Yeah. The grassy area out here behind the house is the perfect place for Eden to recover.
Yeah.
She's really been using it as like doggy physiotherapy, hasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely.
So here is to the next chapter of our life here in the Philippines. As a full family of 4 once again. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been a long time coming, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.